So we're just going to have a look at Year 4 multiplication methods now. In Year 3, the children were introduced to an expanded version of a column method for multiplication towards the end of Year 3, where they used a column method but broke the numbers into hundreds, tens, and ones, or tens and ones, sorry, if they're working with multiplication. In Year 4, we build on that knowledge of that method, build on that knowledge of a place value understanding, but we now condense the methods. It's a more compact version, and it looks like the formal multiplication method that you're probably used to seeing. In Year 4, they will start to work with 3-digit numbers. So we might have something such as 435, but they are still multiplying by a 1-digit number. So let's say multiplying by a 6. By the end of Year 4, the expectation is that all children will be able to recall all times tables to 12 instantly, which is quite a large expectation actually, and something that, that the whole country, I think, is still working towards. But you know, we do have high expectations of the children, and it is something that we talk to them about a lot, and we do strive for in their learning. So let's have a look at this calculation now. Let's first set it up into our columns. So we have hundreds, tens, and ones. And we have 400s, 3 tens, and 5 ones. And we're going to be multiplying by 6. There we go. So again, we're going to start on the right-hand side, work with the ones, move over to the tens, and then the hundreds, just as we do with all the other methods. So starting with the 6, sometimes I get these children just to circle it, so they know that's where they're starting, and that's where they're coming back to each time as well. We do get the children to put the larger number on the top of the calculation. Obviously with multiplication it doesn't matter which way round you do it, but it will be less work for them with the top number being the larger one. There isn't so much multiplication to do, and so much workings out to record in this section if there's smaller numbers on the bottom. Okay, so starting with the 6 then, we're going to do 6 times 5, and 6 times 5 we know is 30. In 30 we have 0 ones, and we have 3 tens. We can't have the tens in our one column, so we're going to exchange, we're going to carry the tens over, into the tens column. Okay, now we've finished with our ones, we're going to be multiplying by our tens number. So we have 6 times 3, although of course we know by now, and the children know by now, that that's actually 6 times 30. So 6 times 3 is 18, but 10 times larger, they know 6 times 30 is 180. I do have these 3 extra tens though that I brought over that need to be added on. So it's not 180, but 190, 200, 210. So in 210 I have 1 10, and I have 2 hundreds, which of course are going to carry over into my hundreds column so that they have the correct place value. I'm just going to cross out that 3 to remind myself I've already worked with it, it's gone, and I don't need to do anything else. Moving on to our hundreds then, 6 times 4 is 24, but obviously we know that's not a 4, it's 400, and again just keep that communication going with the children. We don't need to record it that way now, we've worked a lot on that in previous years, so we're happy the place value understanding is there by the time we get to this method, but it is good to just keep that going with the language, to keep that ticking over so they're aware of what they're doing. Sorry, where was I? 6 times 4 is 24, so 6 times 400 is 2,400. So in that number I have 4 hundreds, but of course I have 2 more hundreds to add on, so it's actually 6 hundreds, and I have 2 thousands, and that's going to come into a thousands column. Okay, gives us a total of 2,610.